My name is Ted Cullen. I've been acquitted for one count of first-degree murder. This was February 14th, Valentine's Day of 2014. I had a little bit of a rough upbringing. My parents, they never went to college. They didn't really work. My father was an alcoholic. He wasn't afraid to snap the belt at me when I acted up, but that definitely taught me at an early age that I needed to get my stuff together. I'm from Cortland, New York. Rural area. There's not much going on, really. I mean, it's a college town. There's a lot of students going around. Well, at first when I was a little boy, I had a lot of trouble with my teachers. I think it was because my father was a little abusive early on. My mother cared about me a lot, but they were both alcoholics. I couldn't really rely on my mother or my father. So I had to really teach myself. There was no homework help. I didn't really play any sports. I felt a lot of pressure in high school to actually make it to college, considering both of my parents never even graduated college and got their GED. I met my wife, Emily, at the time in high school, and we were madly in love ever since then. And we went to the same college together. We stayed in town in Cortland. That's where I got my criminology degree. And then I moved on to law school at Syracuse, and now I'm here.
You want to give back to society, you want to help those in need and not just abuse the system.
Absolutely, and I'm happy that you recognize that. I was really hoping that I could give my kids a much better childhood than I actually received. And unfortunately, Emily was killed when she was pregnant with our first child. On the night of February 14th, all the students were home. So typically on that night, everyone would be out at the bars. So it would really be tough to find the killer. It could have been a number of students at that point, but really there was nobody around. It was 2 a.m. and it was just my wife and me. All the college students were away on break. So it really looked like it was me. And I wish that I could get that tarnish off my name. So we went to the hibachi and we sat at a table with a huge family. It was just me, her, and a huge family. And we had a lot of laughs. It seemed so pure. It seemed like there was no way that this could go wrong. And we leave the restaurant, and I don't know what it was, but we got into this verbal dispute. But let me make it known, I would never lay a hand on her. There was no physical altercation whatsoever. We were walking down the sidewalk, and she decided that she wanted to take a little stroll ahead of me because she wanted to cool off and she wanted me to just back off for a little bit. That's what we do when we get into an argument. We need our space. So out of nowhere, this guy comes running over and he's asking for help. And she's such a lovely woman, so she goes and runs over and starts to help him. And out of nowhere, I just see him endlessly stabbing her in the throat with. You didn't even hold back. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get there in time, and when the cops got there, I was holding her and I watched her take her last breath. I was taken into custody about 20 minutes after the incident. At first they thought that there was no way that there was anyone around. It was dark and it was 2 o'clock in the morning. There was nobody on the streets except for my wife and me. So I admit it looked very suspicious. But I love my wife to death. I started to black out a little bit. It's a little hairy at that point in time. I wanted to chase after him in all my being, but I could see the life leaving her, and I couldn't leave her to take her last breath alone. She died in the ambulance, in my arms. The paramedics were powerless. I was arrested at the hospital, actually. She already died in the ambulance, as you said, and we got there at the hospital. I was arrested at the hospital, actually next to my wife's dead body. I would get emails, I would get bricks thrown through my window. Everyone thought that there was clear evidence that I killed her, and the thing that I don't understand is, why would I kill her when I've been with her for over 10 years?